Oh boy.
Unique New York.
True. What's up, y'all? It's episode 11, back with your boys, B.O.I.S.
This is like 2010.
Yeah,
Boys.
your boys.
Hey there, D.
Y-A.
It's me. Your boy.
B.O.I.S. Boys. Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
Kryptonians who laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Kalel, Creed.
Zombay-kay. I won't force you to say my name this time.
Say my name.
Yeah, right. Say it like I'm the
Anyway, so what's new with you?
Dude, I swear, every time we have one of these episodes, I have a new job.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, security was just too stressful, and I was like, let me try something else. Go back to manufacturing. I got a job at Aerofin.
Okay.
So that's pretty hype. It's second shift. So your boy's probably going to be able to game on weekends again. So,
Congrats.
yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
So you got promoted last episode, and now you have a new job.
Yeah. Yeah, that just wasn't for me. It was too stressful, and like it was so bad that I was having like stomach pains. I was like puking in my mouth. I was
So
having, like,
physical
headaches.
stress side.
Yeah, I was having side effects like physically. Like it was bad.
That's not
And
good.
yeah, and I didn't even register it as stress. Like I knew I was stressed out, but I didn't register the side effects as stress until like I realized, hey, these aren't going away. And so then I Googled it and signs of extreme stress, and boom. Because for those of you who didn't know, stress can affect you physically in many ways. One of the ways it does is it causes your stomach to overproduce acid, which is why when you're really stressed out, you can have stomach cramps. And the reason you have stomach cramps is because you have an excess of stomach acid in your body at the moment, which could also cause heartburn, puking in your mouth, that kind of stuff. Even in some cases, I'm pretty sure it could cause like extreme diarrhea. Thankfully, I didn't have that. So, yeah, I was stressed, and so I was like, hey, "This isn't for me." Like, I think I aged like 3 more years just in that 1 week. Like, it's bad, dude. It's bad. People are like, "Oh, no, your work ethic," and I'm like, no. So,
Eat a bag of Dax.
yeah, right. I'll get some chocolate dicks for you.
Yeah.
They actually exist, dude. There's something. Okay, this is fucking fantastic.
They have dick shaped everything.
Yeah, but my girlfriend got this for her roommate for Christmas one year, where it was literally just a chocolate dick. And I was like, that's amazing. So, yeah. Oh, we had the birthday boy. Just
I've aged a year since our last episode.
Yep. I got him a present. He doesn't know what it is yet because it's not here. I did. I'm excited as fuck. So watch it be like it won't get in the mail until like fucking Christmas. And then I have to like, all right, look, this isn't your Christmas gift. This is the birthday gift. The Christmas gift is 2 months out. Like,
But we'll do it here. I'll open it here.
Yeah, he's gonna have to open it on camera because I know he's gonna shit himself. Like y'all are gonna see it. He's probably gonna lift out of his seat a little bit. It's gonna be fantastic.
Highly doubtful. But
No, it's gonna be messy.
So we'll see y'all in 17 episodes for the opening.
Honestly, the fucking website.
I'm about to say, tell them what you told me.
Yeah, so I ordered it like 2 weeks ago because I was like, I'm gonna actually be on time for this shit. Cause I'm never on time for gifts ever, and it's honestly bad. Like I'm never on time for any kind of present or anything. And so I was like, let me be on time this time. So I was like, 2 weeks in advance, let me order it. And it still hadn't gotten here, and the day was coming. And so I was like, so I hopped on the website to be like, what's going on? And due to the order excess of what it was, it said it could take like 12 weeks to get to me. And I just sat there and I was just like, the one time I try and be early, it's not early enough. Like, God damn it. So I texted him, and then I feel like it was just kind of like, Like, no, I'm being serious though.
He did tell me about it. He did tell me about the gift, like, I want to say a couple of weeks before he found out it was going to be a while. Yeah. So he was telling me about it. He was really excited about it.
I've been hype. He's about to Honestly, y'all might not see him again when he gets the gift because it might kill him.
I am old.
That's not what I meant.
I am old. But yeah, other than that, just had a birthday, and so last night we
It's my birthday.
Yeah. That was so good. That was so good. But I made a little birthday video for myself, kind of.
I love it.
Yeah.
Flying towards the devil's anus.
Yeah.
Like I can't.
Ragnarok. But I just had dinner with the family. They got me a bunch of gifts. So we all ate dinner, and we had a movie night.
What'd you watch?
Captain Marvel. The girls had.
I hate Captain Marvel.
Oh no!
I can't stand her.
No.
I can't stand Captain Marvel. She's white bread. She's fucking white bread. And it's the same reason that I don't like Superman.
No.
They're just both.
Hey.
What?
Tread lightly.
I'm not trying to like.
Hey.
I don't like Superman. I hate Captain Marvel for the same reasons. They're too strong, and it's boring as fuck.
Hey.
They have no personality. They're white bread.
Pull your chute. Pull your chute. The ground's coming.
The ground's coming.
The
you know who's going to catch me?
Pull your chute.
You know who will catch me?
Superman will fucking catch you. That's who will catch you. Because that's what heroes do. Watch your mouth. You don't talk bad about Superman.
Henry Cavill's hot, and so he does great. But did you know he's starring in a Sherlock movie? Sherlock's Holmes movies.
He should star in all the movies.
He should. But he's
The Witcher.
He is. That was fantastic. I can't wait for season 2 to drop.
He's Superman. You're welcome.
No, I should be saying you're welcome to you that he's Superman. He graced that role.
No.
Because DC is garbage.
You're garbage, and you should feel bad for not getting me a gift.
I did get you a gift.
So yeah, that's how that works. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Just that, and I haven't even been gaming, like talking about it. I have so much like gaming footage I have to edit, and so that's what I've been doing is like editing. I've been editing for like the last few days, like last week's show, and then episodes that's on my Facebook page and the YouTube page. Like I've just been editing. I haven't even had time to get on and play.
You know what you also haven't had time for?
I don't want to hear that because you're the one who decided to get a job.
He hasn't had time for the boys.
That's not true.
He's been on PlayStation. Should I tell them the story?
Gang.
I'm going to tell them the story of how you abandoned us. So, I had messaged like the day prior, and I was in the group chat, and I was like, hey guys, I can game tomorrow. Jeremy was like...
You told this lie last week, so just... Okay.
Bad. That was Jeremy. You had to wait for it. John asked me, can you game tomorrow? I was like, yes. And I don't care if I told him last week. This is how much it scarred me, dude. Because what kills me is you try to pull that bullshit of like, oh, you never told me.
No, that's a lie. What I
you
say is
said that.
No. What I say is you don't communicate. You don't communicate, and then you be like, oh well, I put it in the chat. You didn't read it. That.
You did read it.
I didn't read it.
Read.
You told me. You said you got online and then got back off after I messaged you. And
Which
I told
is true.
you, no, it's not true. My son was on, and he was on the profile, and he's the one that got on, and then he got off.
That's
I guess
very
we messaged
convenient.
him. It's what happened.
Very convenient. Alright, moving on.
Guess what happened?
No.
That's what happened. This is what I have to deal with.
And
then
that's what you have to deal with.
Yes,
you left me with John and Jeremy,
Well.
and they are garbage at Dead by Daylight. I love them to death, but there's a reason why there's only 2 people in our group that's hit Crimson. Like, yeah, him and me. Yeah. And then after I show you the greatness that is Dead by Daylight, you abandoned me and
I didn't abandon you.
You abandoned me. You went to a different system, so I couldn't play with you.
That's not true.
It's very true.
That's not true. Because as a matter of fact, as soon as they enable crossplay, I sent you a friend request, and you have yet to respond to it.
On Dead by Daylight?
Yep.
I didn't even know you could have friends on Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. So, Mr. Dead by Daylight over here, that knows everything.
I do know everything.
I sent you a friend request to make
Did you tell me?
so that you can crossplay.
But did you tell me?
You were always at work. It's not my fault.
You have my phone number. You have my Facebook. We're friends on Xbox. You can log into Xbox and send me a message on that. You have so many options.
Listen, I could have done better, but there are things I could have done different. But I have sent it because I know you've been on it because it's been over. How long has crossplay been active? What, about 2 weeks? As soon as I found out that you could send send friend requests across play, I sent one, and it's still sitting there, and I check it all the time.
No, you don't.
I do.
But why don't you
That's
tell
how
me?
I know.
Why
That's
is this
how
the first
I know.
time you're telling me?
That's how I know.
Why is this the first time you're telling me?
Because you should check your friend request, and you should accept it, so that you can come play with a real squad.
We love you, John and Jeremy.
Goddamn right, I said it.
Wow.
But yes, you're a friend request, and I go check it all the time, and it's still sent up by itself. Zombay-kay.
Speaking of
Screw you, Kalel. That's what it says.
Yeah. Would we do how would we do that? Would we have a Discord chat open? Would we try to game chat? Like, how would that work?
I'll have to figure it out. I don't know how that would.
Most people use Discord because you can just make a Discord account, have the app on your phone, and then just voice call and talk to people.
So I could, or just call you. That's the same thing.
Yeah, but the difference with that is how are we going to get the other people?
Everybody will have to call.
We can have we can just have a Discord party.
Yeah, I'll have to do it. I'll figure it out. I'm telling you, once you come over, you're not going back. John's there too. He wants to act like he's not, but he's there too. The difference is, I tell you what I'm doing. I don't act like, I'm just on there, but blah, 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 blah. That's my John impression. That's what he does. And he's on there with us too. And he plays Fall Guys with us. And he plays Dead by Daylight. And they'll run over and be like, oh, well, yeah, y'all never game. You never game anymore. Blah, 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 blah. That's my other John. He has two different voices. But that's how he sounds in my head. But
I mean, I thought he was in the room.
Yeah. Thought it was actually him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, speaking on Dead by Daylight, still the greatest game to ever exist. If you're not playing it, what are you doing with your life? I even got my mom to convert and play it. Like, my mom's playing Dead by Daylight now.
Is she really?
Yeah. So what's your excuse?
Your mom's really playing Dead by Daylight?
Yeah. Yeah. She has 3 kids. She is raising a full-time job and a full-time relationship and a full-time house, and she plays Dead by Daylight. So what's your excuse?
Maybe they just don't like video games.
Well, then they're stupid.
Wow. Wow.
Mm-hmm. I went there.
I don't think you're stupid. I just think
I do.
Everybody has their own interests, and everybody.
Well, your interests are stupid.
Everybody is accepted on this side of the table.
See, there's a line on the table, right?
Yeah, what you like to do is accepted by me. If you're into games, cool. If you're not, Papa still loves you.
If you're not into games, then you're just boring.
It's not true.
It's very true.
Be into other things.
It's very true.
I love all my people. I'll open his eyes one day. He'll grow up.
I'm a hateful person.
He is.
Yeah, and I am okay with that. But anyway.
But moving on. To get into our Black Lives Matter portion.
Okay. Let's get it.
I think we should just talk about what recently just happened in the news with Jacob Blake. For anybody that doesn't know, Jacob Blake was a black guy. Well, he is. I say was like he died. He didn't die, but he's paralyzed. But
like full body, waist down.
I'm not sure. I have to look. I'm not sure how much of him is paralyzed. But this happened in Kenosha. I think I'm saying that right. Kenosha, Wisconsin. Apparently, he was at a cookout. The details are really grainy as to what actually happened. But he was confronted by the police, and they say he was tased. But there's a video that shows, well, I'm saying and there's a video that shows him getting up and walking from around the SUV because you can't see on the other side of the SUV because of the camera angle. Well, you see him walk around and he's just walking like he's stumbling, kind of like Like he was tased. So he opens the door of his SUV and is getting in. You see the officer grab him by his shirt, pull him back, and then shoot him 7 times in the back. His 3 kids were in the car when this happened. And they say that's what he was going to check on. There are conflicting reports that says that he had a knife in the car. But the attorney for the family says he didn't have a weapon at all. So they're still investigating. The officer that shot him has been put on administrative leave. But the stuff is still happening. Like it's still going on. Even the Milwaukee Bucks, they're playing the Orlando Magic in the NBA playoffs. They refuse to take to court in protest of the shooting. So the NBA postponed the game. They pushed it back to another day because they wouldn't, for protest, they wouldn't play the game. They didn't play the game. And this has all happened within the last couple of days. Today is August 26th. I believe this happened on the 23rd. So it's really new. By the time you all see this, it'll be a week past because we're recording a week behind. So, well, we're a week ahead, I should say. Look at us being on time and on schedule and stuff. But hopefully by the time this comes out, there'll be more details released. But this stuff is still happening. There were protests that took place, turned violent. I think 2 people have been killed, 1 was injured. More looting and more, people being fed up. I did see something on Facebook where it says, it was something to the effect of, when we kneeled, you yelled. When we did silent protest, you yelled. When we looted, when we rioted, you yelled. But when we're killed, you're silent. It was something to that effect. I'll have it up here when you see this. But it was something to that effect, and that really spoke to me. The stuff is still happening. We still have to bring awareness to this kind of stuff. It has to stop. Like, the fear has to go away. The education has to happen. The understanding, the accepting, the acceptance. All of this needs to happen. We all need to come together and not be divided. That's why this upcoming election is so important. I'm not going to go into who you should vote for, who you shouldn't vote for. All I'm going to say is you should vote. We have to do something, and the people are getting fed up, and I just hope this gets better before it gets worse, but I feel like that's not going to happen. And that's, I don't know if you have anything to say on it, or that's just my 2 cents.
It goes similar hand in hand with the last shooting we talked about with the 5-year-old kid, where I want to know why. I don't understand why this guy chose to get up from being tased, resist arrest, and walk away. I don't understand why he was trying to get into his car, even if he was trying to check on his kids. I don't really get that. In what world do you just do that? I don't.
Well, if you're tased, you're not in your right state of mind. Like, I've been tased before. Like, we had to do it for training, and you're kind of disoriented. And I would say him knowing that his kids are in the car and saw what happened to him. I can see why, as a father, your first instinct is to go and say, or at least let your kids know, I'm okay, or everything's okay, don't worry. Or something to kind of soothe and comfort your kids. It's kind of a adrenaline in a situation type thing. But I don't see how that's, even if he had a knife, I don't see how that's cause to shoot somebody 7 times in the back.
And I was getting to that. If that's the why, he wasn't mentally there, he was disoriented, that makes sense. But it's just same concept of before, where I want to know what was going through his head. Same with the police officers. I want to know what was going through their head. In what world was his back to them leaning into a car life-threatening? So I want to understand what they were thinking. I want to hear if they have any sort of reasoning. From what we've seen, from what you were just talking about, was he was grabbing a knife. And even if that's the case, you had your hand on him. You had control of the situation.
Well, what officer had, you can see him pulling his shirt. Yeah. Now, at that moment, if you feel like you're losing control, it was three other officers. It was two other officers there. You can back up and re-engage.
Yeah.
You can back up and see what's going on. If you see a gun come out, that's different.
Yeah.
If you see a knife come out, that's still not cause to shoot, because you can still give instruction to drop the knife or take control of the situation. That's not a cause to shoot somebody in the back 7 times.
It's not. That's what I'm saying is I want to know what they were thinking.
I got you.
Is mainly my thing. But that's just my immediate take. I mean, I'm sure y'all are noticing a pattern with that. Whenever something happens, I'm like, why? It's something I tend to try and lean towards, is before I make any kind of assumptions or judgment, I want to understand. On a surface level, without any knowledge of what was going on in the situation, that cop should be fired and tried for attempted murder. But that's surface level, and I don't know what happened. So,
So I mean, like I said, they're investigating it.
They have body cams. Just fucking.
They don't.
No, they don't.
They don't. This actual. I was reading about that too. This actual police department doesn't have body cams.
That's stupid.
Yeah. So.
Another thing that I wanted to touch on with the current civil unrest. I want to, when it comes to the politics side of it. A lot of people hear politics and they groan and they're like, I don't want to listen to this. And I'm like, that's part of the problem, is that you don't want to listen. One of the many issues with the political system is that A, people don't vote, or B, they do vote, they're just not voting for everything included. So the way our structure works in America is you can't just vote for a president and expect things to change. It's not how that works. You have to vote for your city officials. You have to vote for your what's it called? Senate. You have to vote for all aspects of it. You have to pay attention and you have to understand who is in power, what do they support. Doesn't agree with you? Look for someone else. If you just put one person that you agree with in office, like the president, that's all you vote for, but nothing's getting done. Why is nothing getting done? Because there's checks and balances in place, which means that the president isn't the one who comes up with the rules. Usually, the legislative department comes up with the rules. That's the Senate, Congress. They're the ones that design the laws. They're the ones that come up with the idea. They send it to the judicial department. The judicial department makes sure it doesn't go against any current laws, fits with the Constitution. They send it to the president. President signs it. It's in the system. If that's the way checks and balances work. They're all checked by each other to make sure that nobody's doing anything stupid. If you don't have somebody who you like inside of the legislative department, then the laws that they're making, you're not going to like. And the president, if you say, well, why can't the president just veto things? Because that's a dictatorship. When you have one person who's in power and can negate the other two sides of the governmental federal structure, that's a dictatorship. That is not the American system. So when you're voting, you need to vote for more than just the presidential spot once every 4 years. That's not what you need to do, but that's what everybody's doing. So pay attention, open a history book, and try and be smarter than what we've been.
Yeah. do your research.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to vote strictly Democrat or Republican. Just vote for who aligns with your ideals, and it's really that simple.
Yep.
Okay.
So speaking of things that are terrifying, like voting, and terrorism and domestic violence, let's talk about the movie Terrifier.
Jesus,
it's a good movie.
This movie, it's a lot. Like it definitely comes at you. There's some things I liked about it. There's things I didn't like about it. What I did like was it wasn't long, and it was to the point.
Yep.
This is what we do.
Yep.
This is what he's doing. This is what the movie is. Let's go.
Yeah, Terrifier is like an OG slasher vibe. It's very much. There's not like when horror they got into that one. I think it was about mid-'80s where everything kind of was like we need to make them funny.
Yeah.
They started like make horror comedy, which was bullshit. I couldn't fucking stand it.
Oh, there's no humor to be had. No, there's no
this
humor to be had.
This is like pre that era.
Yeah,
this is like OG slasher.
Zero games are played.
Well, he plays games, but not in a not in a normal way.
Yeah. Art the Clown.
Art the Clown. Wrote his name in shit.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. But starts off with a talk show host talking to a girl who's really disfigured. I guess she had just run in with Art. I guess she had to run in with Art. He's not called He's not even called Art. He's not even. Nobody knows who he. Nobody knows who he is.
They talked his name. They said they commented on Art. They said his name in the beginning.
During the you can hear it do it. Yeah. Okay.
During the interview. Yeah.
Okay.
They know that his name is Art. Yeah.
Okay. But a lot is not known about him. But the talk show host is a trash person.
Oh yeah.
To be, and the first note I put, the talk show host was a trash person, and I never wanted to see a person die faster.
Yep.
The first thing I wrote. Because after the interview, she's real sympathetic to the girl she's talking to, who's really dudes like, and when I say disfigured, like
her face was fine.
Yeah, her face is like melted, like
yeah.
We'll get to why, but like she has like one eye, like it's bad. And the news reporter talk show host afterwards is in her dressing room on the phone, and she's like making fun of the girl and talking about
mash.
Talking about it. If I ever end up like that,
kill me.
And so she gets killed by the girl that she was interviewing.
Well, we don't know if she's dead. She was like choking on her own blood by the end of that scene.
Yeah, it did cut away. So
yeah, but she definitely the disfigured girl was like took her thumbs and like dug it into the chick's face.
Yeah.
Like scooping her eyes out.
I guess I wouldn't have killed her.
No, but it disfigured her. So
yeah, it disfigured her.
Now you can make up your mind if you want to die. So
okay. So we go to that, and so we go from that to
kicking in the TV screen.
That was during the talk show. He kicked in the TV.
Oh right, I bet. Yeah, then we got the villain suit up scene.
Yeah, where he's like sharpening stuff and getting spiffy and has a comically small hat.
I love it.
And he has like these like grotesque teeth, and he's putting makeup on, and he is what he says he is. He's a terrifier.
Yeah.
But
he's like a mime almost.
Yeah, kind of like a
like, he doesn't speak.
Yeah, he doesn't make noise either.
No.
And we'll all come to that too. But we go to these two girls who have been out partying. One of them is smart. The other is the dumbest person.
She's a blonde and she's drunk.
Well,
it's an OG. Okay,
yeah,
it's an OG slasher.
Dumb blonde.
Yeah, so they have the genre tropes in it. So you got the dumb blonde who's drunk off her ass in a leprechaun slutty outfit.
Yeah.
Then you got the emo chick who when I first saw it, I thought she was the final girl.
Yeah.
So I thought she was going to be the final girl, and she's not. And I love your reaction. You're like, what? It's great. When she got murked. I love that scene. That was so fucking funny. But yeah. So continuing though, we're introduced to the two people that we're going to follow for the first section of the movie.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. And then they're in a diner. They go into a diner.
Yeah, because so we gotta explain wrong.
Okay.
So the reason why is because they were going to leave. The blonde chick was drunk off her ass. So the brunette was Tara. Her name was Tara and Dawn.
Yeah.
The blonde girl was Dawn.
Yeah.
Tara was the brunette. And Tara said, you know, you're not driving. You're drunk off your ass. And she was going to get in the car and drive instead, but she realized I'm tipsy too. Let's get something to eat that'll sober me up a bit, and then we'll go.
Right.
Home.
Yeah.
So they went to a nearby pizzeria.
Yeah. And then Art just walks in.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
he just shows up with a big ass black garbage.
Yeah, and nobody except for Tara is like that. That's not right. That's creepy.
Well, it's Halloween, so a lot like the diner owner,
which I didn't realize for a while.
Yeah,
but
I realized it because of the decorations.
Right.
That's why I knew.
But you don't. But right away you don't. You kind of don't know that. Like
yeah, you don't realize
a jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah. So the diner owner, like they kind of show that like it's gonna be a long night. Like I hate Halloween. Like it's gonna be a long ass night when the dude's in there when Art is in there. He definitely makes some art.
but he's like he sits across from Tara and Dawn.
Yeah.
And he's like just staring at
Tara.
Yeah. And Tara's uneasy about it, obviously.
Which is rightfully so.
And then Dawn goes over to him and asks him for a selfie. And sits on his lap and takes a selfie with him and is just oblivious to the fact that this dude is over the top creepy.
Yeah. It goes back to a lot that one saying. I think Ted Bundy said it, where like people who are like psychopaths, right? They're like, we could be sitting right next to you on a train and you have no idea.
Yeah.
Like you just don't know. Sometimes people who are more empathetic leaning, so like they can pick up on people's emotions and how they will feel uneasy. So Tara is one of those people where she can, she feels uneasy, not just because this clown guy is just like, just stone face, just like
not moving.
No, not moving at all.
Just staring at her.
Yeah. So I mean, which she did see him earlier before they went.
Yeah, they did see him.
They did see him, and he was just standing there, and Dawn was like hollering at him.
Yeah.
Because she's drunk, and so she's not thinking straight. Later on, she starts to get creeped out because she starts sobering up, and when she's in the car, she's like, "You're freaking me out too," because that's when Dawn starts to sober up. But right now, she's off her ass, drunk as fuck.
Yeah.
Probably won't remember anything about this night.
That's good.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Art ends up going into the bathroom and
he blows it up.
Yeah.
He takes the gnarliest shit. Like, gnarliest
You don't
shit.
see it. You don't
No, we
hear
see it on the walls, dude.
He does.
It's like a Walmart bathroom.
Yeah, he writes his name
in poo-poo.
Yeah, on the wall.
Yeah, Art. Yeah, in poo-poo on the wall. The pizzeria diner guy, he wanted to check on Dawn and Tara because he realized that Tara was uneasy. So he, being a gentleman, walked over there. Because before this, the clown guy, he was extra creepy, and he like got up and like got this little like toy ring.
Yeah, put it on.
Yeah, and then like put it on Tara's finger.
Yeah.
And Dawn was like, "Oh my god, that's so sweet." And then Tara was like, "What the fuck?" Like, and that's when the pizzeria diner walked over, was checking on them to be like, "Hey, like, are you okay?" Dawn kept saying he's harmless. Tara was like, he's fucking weird.
Yeah.
And so he's like, don't worry, just eat your pizza, I'll take care of him. Being an actual, like, decent human being. So he went into the bathroom, saw the shit show, literally. And was like, dude, get the fuck out of my shop, what's wrong with you? And, he kicked him out. To the guy, the Art was like, doing the motions, because he does not talk.
He doesn't at all.
Not at all. He doesn't make any sound.
No sounds at all.
Yeah, and the dude throws the garbage bag at him. That looked to piss him off more than him getting kicked out, was the fact he threw the garbage bag at him.
Yeah.
He threw it over his shoulder and then walked away. And that's that scene. So
we go to some other stuff happens, and then we go back to the cook having to clean the bathroom, clean the mess up. And he's yelling at the owner that, he wants time and a half, which I get it.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
I get it.
You
But-
gotta poop off the
yeah.
off the walls.
But the owner doesn't respond, and it's like, he's yelling at him, trying to find out, and he walks out, and he sees the owner's head.
Like pumpkin vibes.
Like, like pumpkin eyes. So that's like his head's cut off, and he has like candles in his eyes, and it's carved jack-o'-lantern smile. And then Art kills the cook a lot. He stabbed him.
He cuts his fingers off.
Yeah.
But the guy was trying to get for the phone to call 911. Slices his fingers off.
Yeah.
And dude, one of the things I love about the Terrifier is the special effects, because they use like realistic effects. It's not like CGI.
Yeah. No.
It's like legitimate, like old school practical effects. It's like old school, and I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He shanks the fuck out of this dude's face.
He like 15, 20 times.
Yeah. His tongue was like hanging out.
Yeah. He stabbed him a lot.
Yeah.
Like 15. It was a lot.
Yeah. So cut back to Dawn and Tara. They get back to their car. Their tires are slashed.
Yeah.
So Tara calls
her sister.
Did she already call her sister for a ride beforehand?
Before they got in the car, yes. She called her and then, because they were standing outside.
Yeah.
And then they got in the car and was waiting.
Yeah. Because like before, because that's when she was like, we're stranded.
Yeah.
And because they thought the tire was blown. They didn't think it was slashed yet.
Right.
But it was slashed. And so her sister was like, fine, I was studying for a midterm, but whatever. So she goes to pick him up. And is driving the majority of the movie.
Yeah.
And Tara has to take a piss. There's this really creepy bald guy.
Yeah.
Smoking a cigarette. And Dawn leans out the window and is all like, she'll make it worth your while.
Yeah.
While Tara's like, can I use the bathroom? So that was weird.
Drunk girls.
They're annoying.
They're so annoying.
Yeah.
When I was a bouncer downtown, every weekend I have to deal with it, and it's the worst.
Yeah.
But Tara's inside. Don's in the car doing more selfies, and then
it's fucking duck face.
Yeah, and then Art gets in the car with her, and he takes her.
We don't know if we think that. At first, I thought he just driven her.
Right. Yeah.
No,
he just kidnaps her. So this is about 30 minutes into the movie where she gets taken, and I think that Dawn lasted about 23 minutes too long in the movie so far.
Yeah.
So, but I'll get that paid off here pretty soon. And for the first 30 minutes, Tara is on it. She's smart. She's my girl. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Then she gets dumb. Yep. And then, because Art starts to chase her, and she loses all of the common sense. And at first she's a genius and she's smart. She's picking up on everything. But as soon as Art's chasing her, all the common sense goes out the window.
Well, to be fair. Okay. We didn't know she was smart before, just because she was picking up that this dude's a freak, and I want to go home.
She was smart as one in the movie. So
yes, but that doesn't mean that from this guy's a freak, I want to go home, to holy shit, I'm about to die, what do I do? It's a difference, We can't just assume just because she can pick up that this creepy guy was weird.
Because nobody else did it. Nobody else did it. Nobody else did it except for my girl Tara.
Wow.
And then we go to the, after Art ends up capturing Tara, and
yeah, because she tried to get upstairs to talk to the ball guy.
Yeah.
Because even though he was classically creepy, he wasn't a weirdo. He was just chilling, trying to do his job. He was exterminator. Trying to get rid of the rats.
But Art grabs her and injects her, and she passes out. She wakes up, duct taped to a chair.
Yep.
And we get the most extreme kill of the movie?
I would say so. Yes. It's the most extreme kill of the movie.
So Tara is sitting in a chair, and then Art pulls his sheet down, and Dawn is hanging there.
Upside down by her ankles.
Stretched out by her ankles, and the boobs are out.
Butt ass naked.
No, she's not naked
She
yet.
has panties on.
Yeah, she has panties on.
He fixes that. Yeah, so it wouldn't be a classic slasher film if there wasn't some topless chick.
Yeah.
So she's naked.
Yeah. And he rips her panties off. You don't see
Which is a very Ted Bundy-esque move. Because Ted Bundy did that. He, during the, when he went on his berserker stage, in the, college, one of the things he did was he tore a chick's, panties off so hard that it gave her rope burn. Yeah. So it was a very Ted Bundy-esque move that he did there. But
what happened next?
Yeah.
He took a hacksaw.
Yep.
And cuts her in half.
Yep.
Starting at her vagina.
Yep. And just clack, clack, clack,
saws her all the way down the middle.
Yep.
And her innards
fall out across the floor
because she's upside down.
Yep.
And I'm looking like, what the fuck?
It was so great. His reaction was phenomenal. Because I heard him go, what the fuck? And I look over and he's just like the horror. Like I could see the reflection of the movie in his eyes. Like internally screaming. I was just kind of like, this is why I watch horror movies with people. It was great. But
so
yeah, she got cut in half. He got stuck at the rib cage for a second, which he found hilarious. Not he was in but the Terrifier was like, laughing.
Yeah, he would laugh, but it was no sound.
Yeah,
like he was a great physical actor because you could
tell how he was feeling.
Yeah, but he wasn't. It's all expressive, and it was that I didn't like that.
Yeah, so he got through her rib cage, got stuck to right about here.
And he cut through half her face.
Yeah, and that's when he looked over and Tara was breaking out.
Yeah, she was breaking out.
Yeah.
So he fights Tara and Art fight for a little while.
They socks him with the fucking chair beam.
Yeah.
Shakes him in the arm. I think that's when she shakes him in the armpit.
Yeah.
Because he gets her to the ground and he's not choking her because he's getting off on this.
Yeah.
Like he's been fucking with her nonstop. Where he's like, will I kill you? Will I not? So he's like messing with her. And this is when in the movie I said Art is a classic process killer. When according to slasher-esque, because slasher doesn't really abide by the serial killer mentalities and classifications. But I would classify Art as a process killer. He doesn't really give a shit about the bodies after the fact. What gets him off is what he's doing to them before he kills them. Mm-hmm. So that's what he's enjoying. Which is why he was playing with her so much. Like, you were wondering about that, like, why is he treating her different? Why isn't he just killing her? And I think it's a mix that he's a process killer. So what's getting him off is playing with her, not just straight up offing her and then being done with it. And the other thing that's getting him off on it is because she's fighting back, which is not something the other people had done.
Yeah.
And so he was enjoying himself.
Yeah.
She stabs him in the armpit. He falls over like, ow, but he doesn't say anything. And she gets up, tries to run. Yeah, she runs away because he hasn't. Yeah, okay, then she runs away. Is this when she met the homeless crackhead?
No, he pulls out a gun and shoots her.
Not yet!
Yeah, no, it's what happens.
No, it's not yet!
Yes, it is.
No, because remember she has to get, when she was hiding behind the car, he grabs hold of her.
That was earlier. That's when she got stupid. Remember I said when all her common sense went out the window? That's when she was like looking up and that's when she was running through the car. That's when he stabbed her in the calf? This is when he just shot her. He just shoots her.
I don't think that happened yet.
It did.
Because after she's... Because then...
I took those notes. It happened.
Okay. Okay. So she gets up to run, and that's when... No, because he doesn't shoot her until she has the final fight with the plank of wood.
He shot her again.
He shot her in the leg at that point because he didn't have a gun yet. He shot her in the leg because he was sitting like this in the superhero landing. And that's when I was like, superhero landing, and he laughed. And then he was pretending to just be in pain, but in reality he was getting a gun out of his shit.
That's after she stabbed him. Yeah. That's when he bent over. That's what we're
No, he bent over after she clocked him in the head with the 2x4.
All that happened right here. All of that happened.
But he hadn't shot her after she stabbed him.
Yes, because that's when he went over and she was like, get up.
That was after she hit him with the 2x4.
I took the fucking notes.
I'm about to play the movie.
While we're watching, and I can't wait for you to be wrong. And I'm
about to play the movie.
Not right now, but... After we're done with this, I'm going to prove it, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you that this is what happened. I took notes while we were watching the movie, so this is the order that things happened in.
No, okay, so what happened was, she stabbed him in the armpit, he fell over, she got up to run, got hold of a 2x4 or whatever, and then beat him upside the head with the thing, hit him in the balls with it. Mm-hmm. He fell over. And then she, instead of finishing it off, she was threatening him. That's when he rolled over to the superhero landing.
And
that's when he got his gun.
That's right here. That's where we're at.
You said that after she stabbed him in the armpit, he shot her. That's not what happened, because you missed the part where she hit him in the balls with a 2x4. You gotta pay attention. So anyway, he shoots her in the thigh.
This is where it lost me.
Yeah,
because not for him, for what he's done up to this point.
Yeah,
a gun is a cop out.
I think it was funny because the fact that she was flexing on him like come at me, and then he was like, all right, and like fucking parry this, you casual.
He was
shoots her in the thigh.
So well with the killing.
Yeah,
it was creative. It was inventive, and I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
But him pulling out a gun is
he did shoot her in the head, but the bullet went like into her cheek and out. Like
and then he ran out of bullets.
Yeah, which was funny because he looked so pissed off about it. Because he was just like, God, fuck. But
he didn't say anything. He just like it's all expressive.
Yeah.
So he goes and reloads, and he comes back and he kills her.
Yeah, he comes back and he's just like, bah, 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 bah. And Dion was like, he shot her. And I was like, right in the eye.
So now Tara's dead.
No, Tara's dead as fuck.
The only hope I have for the movie.
That's not true.
It is.
You really wanted her to live that bad?
I liked her.
I mean, I did too. But
I did. But it gets back to OG killing.
Yeah.
When he hit the janitor, security, I don't know what that was.
Fucking yeah, he was an exterminator.
Exterminator.
Yeah, he clocked him in his chrome dome because he was bald. He clocked him in the head with a fucking hammer.
Which you thinks kills him, but he did kill his cell phone.
Yeah, because his friend, I think it was his employee, not his friend, he was cussing him out. I think it was his employee or something, or his boss, was like, what the fuck, like, alright, whatever, I'm coming down there, you can't do the job. So, he starts beat the fuck out of hammer.
And there's a crazy lady throughout this that shows up.
Yeah.
That kind of weaves in and out of the story.
I didn't understand her. Like, why she was there.
Me either. I didn't.
I thought it was weird.
Yeah, but the whole movie is. The lady she has this baby doll that she thinks is a real baby.
Yeah.
And she treats it as though it's a real baby. Yeah. Art takes it, and she tries to reason with Art, who has the baby and is sitting on the ground, and she goes up and cradles him, and Art starts sucking his thumb, and then it goes to another scene.
One thing that did happen with the crazy lady was after Tara got shot in the dome, the reason Art went back upstairs was because the crazy lady ran up. Yeah. And she ran up to the bald guy, tried to get his attention. Yeah. The bald dude was like, "You're fucking crazy, get away from me." Yeah. With shitty acting, which was hilarious, because you were like, that's acting.
And he ran weird. Like, I don't know, he ran weird. I don't know what he kept doing it. I don't know.
But that's why Art went upstairs to begin with.
Yeah. It doesn't work because, of course, it doesn't. Art cuts off her boobs and scalp and wears them.
I think he skinned her torso entirely.
Yeah, it was right from here up.
Yeah.
He wore it.
Yeah, he did. Like, which is very Leatherface. You know, like we had Ted Bundy, we have Ed Gein. By the way, for those of you who don't know, we will do Texas Chainsaw Massacre eventually. But Ed Gein is the person who inspired Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface. Yeah. So I really want to do true crime at one point on this podcast. But anyway.
But Tara's sister shows up and she has a rough night. She has a rough night trying to get away from Art, trying to in and out, weave, and you think she's gonna get away, but she gets dumb too. Mm-hmm. And
have a nice classic slasher chase.
Yeah, like Final Girl chase.
Yeah, Art is like wearing the chick's skin, is all like checking himself out, like I'm so hot. Yeah. It was like, that's interesting.
and then Art ends up hitting her with a car.
Oh yeah, because one thing that happened beforehand was she tries running and finds her sister dead with like a circus board that she was holding for some reason. I don't know why Art did this to her, because he hadn't done this to anybody. Well, no, because he did actually with the pumpkin head. So he was shown to show up some of the corpses. Okay. So I don't know, but anyway, So she found him. I cannot remember Tara's sister's name. Cannot remember her name. Is it Tara and Sarah? I don't know. Anyway, so the bald guy gets up, comes downstairs. So where is Art during this moment? He's killing the bald guy's friend who showed up.
Right.
Yeah, he stabbed him in the head and was like cutting through his neck, like decapitating him. And it was really funny because Dion was like, "How sharp are his knives?"
True.
Yeah, and I was like, we saw him sharpening him at the beginning. Like,
It's true.
yeah, but he cuts the guy's head off, and it was funny because he got like, kicked the head. He was like, like, no, that was hilarious. And then that's when he walked into the room. The bald guy actually hadn't showed up yet because that's when he was hitting her with the fucking whips that had like the scissors and everything like, tied to it. Yeah. Was like clawing her up with it. And that's when the bald guy showed up and like it was a big ass like tank. Yeah. Like cracked him in the back of the head like boom. And I was like, oh. And then he tries to escape with the chick. He's kind of like helping her because she can barely walk. She got her leg cut up by the whip scissor things, which I think was a really cool instrument that he made. They try. He calls 911. The operator sounded bored. Like, she was like another Halloween prank or some shit. Regardless of which, Art creeps up behind the guy when they're trying to get out, beats him with the same tankard, and then stomps his face in. Yeah.
And then she gets away and runs outside, and then she runs outside and runs back into this keep out thing. Says keep out. She ran into there.
This pissed me off because she was outside. She escaped, but instead of running around to the front to get her car or running to the truck that was right across from her, she instead runs back inside. That pissed me off.
Yeah. So she's looking through the little slit, and Art's trying to get through, and
he grabs hold of her hair, rips it out,
and then he's trying to get her, and then he comes back with a horn.
Yeah,
he's like swinging a horn at her.
And she's like, ah.
And then he leaves, and then she looks out the peephole, and then the truck lights come on, and he runs through her, runs and hits her with the car.
Yeah, runs her over. Takes her the fuck out.
Yeah. And then he walks over to her and like starts eating her face, and the police show up.
Yeah. One thing that's important to note is Art got beat the fuck up. He got stabbed in the foot by a nail. And it was funny because she started running away and he flicked her off. Yeah. She was running away, which was funny. He got stabbed in the back with a knife that he tried to then use later. He got stabbed in the armpit. We already discussed that. So he got pretty beat up, but he just kept trucking. Like, he was just another level, dude. He just did not give a shit. So, but yeah. So they come in. The cops come in. He's eating her face. They're like, what the fuck? He turns around, one hand up, the other hand in his boot. If only the cops in real life showed this much restraint.
Yeah.
But anyway, they were like, let me see your other hand. And then he pulls out a gun. They don't shoot him yet. They're like, oh! And then he puts it in his mouth. No, wait! And,
shoots himself in the head.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's dead. And they cut to a scene where they're bringing the bodies into a coroner, and he's complaining about having to work, yada yada yada. And then trying to figure out how this works. Like I said, I have my question at the end. He opens the first bag, and then he closes it and he goes over to where Art's body is, and he opens that bag, and then light starts flickering, and the phone starts talking and flickering, and then everything goes back to normal. You look back at Art reaches up and grabs him by the throat, and he goes away, and that's how we end with Art. We cut to a year later, and the girl that got hit by the car, the sister, didn't die. You see her in the hospital, and they're releasing her, and they're talking about how good she was, and everybody loved her, and they're going to miss her, yada yada yada. And they spin her around, and you see that she's the girl from the beginning who was on the talk show. So she didn't die. That's the one that was at the beginning, and
giving this a backstory.
Yeah, it was a nice little bow on it. Yeah. I like it because you didn't know that we went from the talk show back in time. You think that it goes from a talk show to
that night,
or whatever. So
yeah,
I didn't like that.
When I first watched this movie, I was confused as fuck because I thought this was a sequel at the beginning because they were talking about art as though like it was events that already happened, and I was like, am I missing one? So I didn't watch past the interview at the first time because I paused the movie. And then I was going to Google, seeing how many Terrifiers, there's only one, and I was just like, I don't understand. And I just decided to watch the movie, and I was like, oh, I see. So, yeah, I don't understand the end arc. It was like paranormal or something.
So is he
undead or some shit?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is he supernatural or?
I have no idea, man. It would kind of make sense, I guess, with him surviving all of the shit that happened to him.
Well, none of it was
fatal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he got stabbed in the foot. Okay.
Stabbed in the
hurts. Yeah, stabbed in the armpit. It hurts.
Stabbed in the back.
Yeah. It hurts.
The 2x4.
Yeah, I mean, it hurts, but it's not. They aren't fatal shots. And then he shot himself in the head, but then he came back. So.
Well, what if the shot in the head wasn't? It could have just not been a real gun.
Well, you saw his brains come out of the top of his head.
No, it was blood that came out the top. But you know what else we noticed? When the gun was on the floor, it was in a pool of its own blood, not Art's blood, because Art wasn't there. He leaned back, and the gun was right there, and then the gun had blood around it.
Because when he shot, blood came down, and then when he dropped it, that's it all. That made sense, but I don't get whether he has to be so for the rest of it to happen.
Either it was a fake gun. And he played dead. He possummed, or it was a real gun and he's supernatural. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
But we're gonna see because there's another one coming out. Netflix is making a sequel to it.
Okay. Well, all in all, it wasn't bad.
Yeah, I'll give it 3 pumpkins.
I like it. Yeah. Keep pushing this pumpkin thing.
Yeah. Like everybody can imagine it. They know what I'm saying. So regardless of whether you put it there or not, we all know what it is. I want a petition. Give Zombay-kay's pumpkins. I don't ask for much. So I can come back to everything I've ever asked for.
I liked it. It was much better than the Freddy movies.
Yeah, that's true.
I had questions, but that's normal. You always have questions at the end of. I mean,
especially in a slasher film.
No movie answers every single question you have. So
yeah, it definitely plays on that fear of it's Halloween. There's freaks in a mask. You don't know if someone has a different plan than just to make you uncomfortable.
True.
So
I could dig it. I would definitely suggest checking it out if you like horror movies.
Yeah, it's not bad. If you like slashers specifically, like if you're into like Paranormal Activity, then no, it's not for you. It's not very jump scary. It's more gruesome.
There are a few jump scares in it, but you kind of see them coming.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, okay, this is something's about to jump because the music will stop and it'll be silent. You can tell, you can tell when it's coming. But not bad.
Yeah. Would you give it like 2 nodding Dions going, yeah?
Sure. Imagine that in your head.
Yep.
But next week, Get Out.
Yes, we're doing Get Out next week. I'm excited for that.
Yep.
I know one thing in this movie for Terrifier that I want to share real quick. When at the very beginning scene when he had blown up the bathroom and there was like shit on the walls, it's spelling an art. I was right in the middle of eating a chili dog, and I looked at the chili and I looked at the shit on the walls, and I was like,
"You still ate it?"
Yeah, I did, but I mean that's because I'm weird. But it was weird. It was disgusting. I was like, that's beautiful. So.
But next week is Get Out.
Yep.
And I think we're good for number 11.
Oh yeah.
Like, we're nailing it in a row. I'm proud of us.
We're on 12.
We're on 11.
But I remember last week we talked about Elf, because Elf is German for 11.
No, we were talking about this coming week, and you said
Did we?
12. Yeah.
I don't know, dude. I'm old.
Because I just edited 10. No. And so this is 11. Better be, 'cause I said it at the beginning. But anyway, thank y'all for hanging out. I know. I'm gonna start like putting the number up somewhere. But
yeah, thanks for coming.
Socials.
Yep.
As
Like
always.
stuff.
Yeah, like stuff, share it.
Yep.
Tell your friends, subscribe.
Yep. Don't be a scrub.
Yeah. Check it out on Twitch, which will be streaming tonight, but
Well,
by the time you see it, will be done it. So maybe by the time they see this, I'll have it edited, and then that'll drop. I'll have that game footage.
That's different from streaming. That's just a new gaming. Check out his YouTube channel. He has episodes of him playing Dead by Daylight. If you want to actually see gameplay of it, not just us talking about it. So
it'll be us playing the game. It's a fun.
Well, not us. He plays with the PlayStation crew because he hates me. But
like I said, we were going to stream tonight. After when I get home, we're streaming tonight when I get home, and I'll have that footage to edit together, and then. He doesn't listen.
I listen. I just don't think you understand the word they're saying.
Because he's in gene mode, and this is what we do. It's a new thing that we learned tonight. That he has a gene mode, and he does gene mode sometimes.
Wow.
But it's okay.
Wow.
It's okay. But as always,
drink Beppis.
Drink Beppis and be good people.
Yeah.
Peace.
Boop.